Hi, friends. Hi, friends. It's Margy. Hi. I am Margy. I am a Mani expert with Olive and June, and I am here today to go over 20 neutral layering recipes. These are my recipes using Olive and June products. I went through all of my photos and I found some super fun ones, and they're kind of all different and all the same kind of as well, sort of different ways to get a similar look. Super duper duper excited to share this stuff with you guys. So let's get started. Okay, so a little bit about me. I'm Margy with a hard G, like a margarita, not like margarine. I'm Margy Manny on socials, and you can find me on Instagram there, and I'm happy to answer any DMs. You can also find my Olive and June sales link in my bio there. I got my first Olive and June system in 2019. It was the winter system. It was all darks, vampy dark colors, and I fell in love immediately. I've been an Olive and June brand ambassador since 2021 and a Mani expert since 2024. I'm a lover of layering and all things blue, and you might also know that I love press-ons. I'm wearing some Instant Mani press-ons now. Always a fan. I like gel. I like quick dry. You'll see here that I love to layer, and I always like to do comps and try to teach as much as I can. And so if you have questions for me, please don't hesitate to ask them. So a little bit about this particular class. I looked back at some photos and I picked out 20 of my favorite neutral layering recipes, and I broke them down into glossy neutrals and neutral meets fancy. So neutral meets fancy is definitely a vibe that I go for when I'm doing a neutral mani. Sometimes a neutral, I don't love it on its own. And then, so what can I do to make it pop a little bit? So whether it's making it be more chromy or making it be more frosty, or maybe making it be more glittery or making it be more shiny. That's kind of what I did today. And I just, for example, like I just love the look of something simple. I think this is line dancing boots and starfruit shimmer gloss. Just that little extra something that you get from shine with a neutral makes all the difference for me personally. So starting off with some glossy neutrals. I mean, this vibe, this sort of milky Manny lip gloss, soap nail trend was so big in the last couple of years that I tried all kinds of different ways to get the look. And you'll see similar looks with different kinds of polishes. So I did some with quick dry, I did some with long lasting, I did some with gel, I did some with a combination of gel and long lasting, or gel and quick dry, or quick dry and long lasting. So definitely use the Olive and June products different ways to get different looks. But going back totally old school, this is one of my very first layering layering opportunities. This picture was all over the internet, this sort of glossy naked nail picture. And this is before Olive and June had any kind of gel in the family. And so it was like, how can I get this barely there, no makeup look for your nails? So your nails are just kind of clean and fresh. And how can we get that look with something we had in the Olive and June family? And I went with frosted gloss topped with BEB. At the time, these were the choices that we had that made the most sense, and they still do. So frosted gloss is like a sheer whitish kind of neutrally color that has a little bit of a green shift in it. And BEB is a uber sheer white, just almost barely there white. And so I thought putting something under the white to make it be kind of cancel out the shift might do it. And personally, I run a little bit pink, and so this is what worked on me. I loved the finished product where it was like, do I have nail polish on? Is this just a clean, fancy nail? Or am I, there's a lot of work to get that look. And my nails aren't that good looking all by themselves. But I thought it was a good match. Now you could probably use CCT gel to get this look. Or the Queen Takes Her Tea with gel to get this look. I think I would go with CCT. But if you're not a gel person and you want this barely there look, this is a good start. So moving on, this one, and you'll see this picture a few times in the presentation. This is the best of the best. This is just one of the best recipes for lots of reasons. It's a sandwich layering and a trap in the shine in one. This is Baroque on the bottom, then strawberry scone, then Baroque, and then strawberry scone again. So Baroque is a quick dry. It is sheer. It is purpley, pinky, has kind of a shift in it, not unlike pink goldfish or olive y'all, where it's a sheer with a shift. But this one runs a little bit more purpley, pink and purple. And so you put it underneath of a sheer. And I basically started with Baroque. You could probably start with strawberry scone and do Baroque and strawberry scone and not have the first layer of Baroque if you wanted to take a layer away. You could also do the same kind of mani by switching out strawberry scone for some of the newer quick dries that have come into the world of Olive and June since I did this recipe, like Glossed or Passion Fruit Shimmer Gloss or Puffball. Okay, so you could take any of those, but in this case, it's Baroque strawberry scone, Baroque strawberry scone. And the idea is that the Baroque has this fun shift in it. You cover it over with a sheer polish, and the shift comes through the sheer. And so I didn't love it enough with just one coat of Baroque and one coat of strawberry scone. That's why I did the second layer. So I've sandwiched it in there. All of the shine and shift is in between all of the shears. So it kind of pops through in the light and just makes this kind of full, bouncy, fun, doesn't look like polish, looks like gel kind of vibe. It is a favorite. The end result is fantastic. Again, you could do this with full quick dry if you just swapped out strawberry scone for puffball or glossed, and you'd get the same overall effect. And again, here it is with glossed. I wanted to show you an example of 2 coats of Baroque and 1 coat of glossed. And you're going to get, if you go back and forth, you're going to get a similar end result here. Okay, and you could do the same thing. You could sandwich Baroque, glossed. I had already done that with the strawberry scone one. You can see here is Baroque. You can see in the Baroque, you can see the purple kind of in here. It's all through there. Glossed is slightly more purple than strawberry scone, so you could switch out glossed for puffball and it would come up a little bit pinker. But just this clean, ultra glossy look. How fun is that? People are going to think, oh, where did you get your nails done? You're going to be like, hello, it's quick dry. Okay, moving on. This one's a little bit more advanced and yet so subtle. This uses Atlas Gel and Peep Toe Quick Dry. So Atlas Gel is gel. You need the gel system to do this, and you need a full gel mani to do this. So painting polish over gel is its own class, although it's not that complicated. You do a full gel mani, gel base, gel color, gel top coat, period, end of story. Then you can add long lasting or quick dry on top of your gel top coat. And then you would use a regular top coat on top of that. You don't put gel on top of polish. So in this case, I used Atlas Gel, which is kind of a pearly white gel on the bottom. And then on top of it, I put Peep Toe, which is a super duper sheer orangey quick dry. But in this case, I only did Peep Toe sort of from 3/4 of the way to the tip. I left the bottom of the nail kind of whiter. I was looking for a gradient look. I was going for sort of a gradient polished look. So I didn't go Peep Toe all the way down to the cuticle line. I just kind of started in the middle and went up through the end. And I liked that sort of look. Peep Toe is ultra sheer. It's an ultra sheer orangey. Excuse me. Oh, holy moly. An ultra sheer orangey peachy color is perfect over this. And you get this sort of natural nail look with just a little bit of something. So pretty. Again with gel, this one is icing is the best part gel, which is a white creamy icing gel. It's similar to icing is the best part polish, where it just is a bouncy white glossy base. And what I did here was just paint pink pineapple gloss over top of it. So I did a full mani of icing is the best part. Again, base, gel color, gel top coat. And then I was left with my gel mani, and I painted over it with the sheerest of sheers, pink pineapple gloss. And I got this fantastic, barely there pink that just really came up looking fantastic. It was easy. And the fun thing about painting over gel is that you can just dip your whole mani into the remover pot and um, and you can start over again. You can dip the whole mani in, and your gel stays perfect, and you can paint over it again. So I could take the pink pineapple gloss off, and then I would still have a perfect icing is the best part mani. Excuse me one moment while I grab a tissue. Sorry about that, friends. Okay, so here we go. All right, so this is another similar idea. I kind of group the similar ones together. This also uses gel. This is Atlas gel. So where this one is icing is the best part with pink pineapple gloss. This one is Atlas gel with papaya gloss. So the same idea, using the Glossy Lipgloss Collection over gel gives you this sort of bouncy, fun, barely there mani. So here, this one's very much pinker because pink pineapple gloss is very, very, very sheer. And it's over icing. And then this one's over Atlas, and it's a little less sheer. It's a little more peach. It's a little more pigmented. So it's the same vibe, but just a little bit punched up. So it depends if you want to go super sheer or you want to go a little bit peachy. This is a vibe that I love. This was one that I wore over and over again because it was just so simple and so packed a punch. Again, very, very similar. These are all going to be similar. Using the Lipgloss Collection, Pink Pineapple Gloss is an all-time favorite of mine. And this one starts with pink pineapple gloss on the bottom. So this is less glossy on the top. Starts with pink pineapple gloss, and then on top of it, it's CCT, which is a very sheer, super uber sheer pink. Almost a white pink. So it kind of takes the pink pineapple gloss, which is a peachy kind of pink color when you put it right on your nail, and kind of makes it a little bit more milky. So it gave it this milky finish. This is just nail polish. This is not gel. This is a gloss nail polish, a sheer gloss with a milky gloss, milky sheer on top of it to get this finish. It's your nails, but better. Clean, glossy, beautiful. And another glossy choice, again, the end result of these is very similar. This one and this one are similar, but this one's got a little extra punch to it. So this one uses pink pineapple gloss and I Love Y'all. So I Love Y'all is a sheer peach with a shift polish that came out in the spring this past year. And so when you put it in between, so you've got gloss on the bottom, this sheer with a shift in the middle, and then the gloss again, you're sandwiching the gloss in, the shift in, it can shine up through. And so you get this sort of sponge effect where the gloss is on the top and the fun stuff is going to shine through and make the whole thing look like it has depth. And that's what you're getting here. It definitely seems like it has a little bit of something special to it. Going a completely different direction, also neutral. If you wanted to go like a neutral but with a purple vibe, you could go with 2 coats of passion fruit gloss, which is a purpley sheer that came with the lip gloss. Oh, excuse me, collection. What is with the sneezing? And top it with 2 coats of BEB. So BEB is a super uber sheer white, a milky white. These are original colors for Olive and June, BEB, CCT, kind of bringing them back into the layering family. So starting with passion fruit gloss, which is a glossy purple, when you put BEB over top, you get a milky mani, like a fine, it's less purple, it's more milky, it's almost white. It has a real sweet, neutral vibe. And then you could go full on white mani, full on white. This is one of my favorite white manis. This is 2 coats of frosted gloss and 2 coats of icing is the best part. So frosted gloss is a fun layering tool. It's good under stuff. It's good over stuff. In this case, it's under, and it is a good base. So you've got some yellowing of your nail, or you've got some unevenness on your nail. This is a great way to start because it kind of evens things out, and it has a slight green shift. So you put something over top of it and the shift can kind of come through ever so slightly, or just make a solid base for the next color to go on top. And that's what happens here. Icing is the best part, is a little on the sheer side. You want to build it up. Instead of doing 4 coats of icing is the best part, you can do some of frosted gloss and some of icing is the best part. You could also do it in the same way that we did Baroque and Strawberry Scone earlier, where you're doing icing and then frosted gloss and then icing again. You could flip it around if you want the end result to have the shine, less gloss and a little bit of a shift. You might want to put frosted gloss on the top. So it's really just up to you and what look you're going for, but these two play super well together. Moving on, neutral meets fancy is a whole other category of neutral. So I like to say that neutral meets fancy is like my jam. That's my jam. I like glossy, obviously. Clearly, I had all those choices and I had other ones I didn't even include. But when it comes to neutral, neutral meets fancy is just a vibe that um, I love. I love it. I love shine. I love it when it's just subtle. And sometimes the neutral colors, I think, oh, I don't really care for that. Like this is line dancing boots with sugar coat. Line dancing boots on its own, I liked it, but I didn't love it. Added sugar coat, and I was like, I could wear this all day long. It's just got a little bit of something, whether it masks the imperfections or just gives it a little bit of extra zhuzh. This is a vibe that I go for over and over again, and you'll see it obviously 10 different times as we go through these. So this one is inspired by a wedding dress. It is gorgeous. This is Sculpture Wing. This came out last fall, and it's topped with Girl with the Pearl Nail Polish, which was also out last fall, which is a super sheer pearly look. You could do the same vibe with, you could probably use Freshwater Quick Dry on the top and get the similar vibe. Just an elegant look, just so simple. And Sculpture Wing is like, is it neutral? Is it gray? Is it white? Is it tan? It's just this like really plain neutral. And then you add the fun pearl on top and you get this vibe. And it really just made me think, oh, definitely a bride could pull this off. This one is a fave. Going back a ways, this is Can I Borrow a Sweater? Midnight Disco. Can I borrow a sweater? This is a sandwich mani. You're sandwiching the shine in between 2 coats of a sheer. Can I borrow a sweater? Is a sheer pink. It's a mauve pink that I usually don't go for. Those are colors I don't typically go for. I feel like that's almost the color of me, which I think is why this works. By itself, it's like it kind of goes into my skin too much and becomes just doesn't look like nail polish. But when you put the shine of Midnight Disco in between, it becomes special. And that is the vibe I'm going for. I remember specifically when I wore this, multiple people asked me if I was wearing press-ons because they were like, well, what is that finish? Because when you have the finish on the top, so if Midnight Disco was on the top, it would be so uber shiny and sparkly that you would wonder, is that a sparkly nail polish? When you trap the shine in under a jelly, it has a different vibe. It has a depth, and it's the kind of depth that you see when you wear press-ons. So I feel like this is a look that is hard to accomplish or can be hard to accomplish, but these two polishes work so, so well together. You could swap Midnight Disco for Starfruit Shimmer Gloss and get a very similar vibe. That's the other one I would say would work with this. So fun, so cute. Okay, going back to our friend, Can I Borrow a Sweater again? I have to tell you, when I was doing this workshop, I was surprised to see her pop up a few times because I wouldn't have told you she was a favorite, but I do like the end result of layering with Can I Borrow a Sweater. So this one is 1 coat Can I Borrow a Sweater, then a coat of Sandy's Scallop, and then a coat of Cosmic. And it definitely gave me a pink champagne situation, very delicate, very festive. So Can I Borrow a Sweater is on the bottom, then Sandy Scallop, which has a shift in it, and then Cosmic, which is a clear with some sparkle. You could probably use Star Shower if you wanted a little bit more of a sparkle on the top. That is another option. These were inspired by the KAG Velvet press-ons, and so they had a similar vibe to this, and I was trying to go for that in in a polished look. So I talked about this in the beginning. I've used this photo a few times. This was such a surprise favorite for me. This is Line Dancing Boots and Sugar Coat Quick Dry. So Line Dancing Boots is a tan, neutral, really, really forgiving, well, good on everyone neutral. But if your neutral is MM or MG or any of the neutrals, if that's your neutral, maybe your neutral is more like Point Doom or something like that, or Kitten, or there's so many colors that are sort of a neutral base. Whatever your neutral base is, if you go over it with something like Sugar Coat, you can get this super sunny, fun, neutral meets fancy vibe that, again, is my wheelhouse for sure. Love, 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 love. Sugar Coat is one of these polishes that in the bottle looks pink, but on the nail looks gold. I got a pink gold shift. You can see it here. Here it looks like it's a pink polish. Here on the nail it comes off gold. It is a gem. Don't miss it. If you don't have it, you need it. It is one of my favorites for layering. Here is the festive look that I wore for the holidays last year. This is CCT gel, so super, super neutral gel topped with Starfruit Shimmer Gloss. So, so easy. Again, this is a full gel mani, gel base, gel color, gel top coat, and then painted over with long-lasting Starfruit Shimmer Gloss. It has that neutral meets fancy vibe. It was perfect for the holidays because I didn't have to worry about it matching my outfit. It went with everything. It was like jewelry for my hands. It was like champagne. It's just such a fantastic combination. You could swap it out for I feel like Midnight Disco and Starfruit Shimmer Gloss. You can kind of swap them out and get the same vibe. Love, love, love. Ah, love it. Here we go. Some more neutral meets fancy. This one uses Quick Dry, two of the newer Quick Dries. This is Puffball Quick Dry and Supernova. So Puffball is much like Strawberry Scone, but it's in Quick Dry. It is a pink, sheer, glossy, beautiful polish. And Supernova is a gold quick dry that has a vibe similar to Sugar Coat, but it's more gold and more one note versus Sugar Coat, which is like a gold and pink. This one's just a gold, like a rosy gold. It has a fantastic finish. I love Supernova. In fact, I love it as a petty even more than as a mani. But over Puffball, it gave it a really sweet, fancy but neutral look that went with everything. Once again, this is a vibe. It's the vibe of all of these, and I know that they're similar, but you can get them in different ways. And I think that was my goal. If you're a quick dry person, if you're a gel person, if you're a long-lasting person, there's something for everyone. Back to using some favorites that you've seen, but in a different combination. This is Sugar Coat on the bottom and then Peep Toe over top of it. So Sugar Coat is a gold pink polish. You can kind of tell in the dot here how it's kind of pink at the top and gold at the bottom. It has a real shift to it. It's a special, special color. So when you paint it on your nail, it's got this cool shift. But what you don't know about Peep Toe is that it's uber sheer, orangey, quick dry. It's so sheer. It's sheerer than I thought it was when I was playing with it. And so you can put it over top of something, and whatever you put it over top of, the thing that you put it over top of comes through. So a peachy toned sheer over top of a gold and pink sparkle was perfect. It trapped it in. It looked like my own nail, but better in the best of ways because it's festive, right? It looks like your fresh, clean nail, but the shine is there. If you haven't tried this combination, I highly recommend it. Big fan. Do you think I like Sugar Coat? It keeps coming up. I didn't realize how much I liked it until I started looking at some of these recipes and was like, oh my gosh, I used it so many times because it's fantastic. Because it's fantastic. So this is glossed quick dry with Sugar Coat. So glossed quick dry is a pink, purple sheer. It is like CCT. It is like Puffball. It is like Strawberry Scone. It is like Passion Fruit Shimmer Gloss. Passion Fruit Shimmer Gloss? Passion Fruit Gloss? It's a purpley gloss. It's purpley, pinky, sheer, and glossy. It's all of those things. But when you put Sugar Coat over top of it, it pulls on the purple, and you get the pink purple shift from Sugar Coat and the gold from Sugar Coat. And it is so fun to end with Sugar Coat. I've been burying Sugar Coat under things, putting Sugar Coat on the top, especially on the top of a sheer like this, is a result that is so, so fun, so, so festive, so, so subtle. I'm into it. Are you into it? I'm into it. Okay, so here we are. We did champagne nails one way with gel earlier. We're going to do it with polish this time. This is with quick dry and long lasting. This is 2 coats of potpourri, 1 coat of starfruit shimmer gloss. You could swap potpourri for sandy. You could maybe use glossed. You could probably use CCT. I just used potpourri because it was what I was using, and I wanted to show some different examples. Starfruit shimmer gloss, again, could be swapped for midnight disco. So this is your nails, but better and shiny. This is not so different from, if I go back, this is similar to this one, where it's CCT gel and starfruit shimmer gloss. So this is a gel version using starfruit shimmer gloss, and this is a quick dry version using starfruit shimmer gloss. Okay, so if you're not a gel person, but you still want this look, I don't want to hear, oh, I can't get it, I don't have gel. Sure you can. Potpourri quick dry is a wonderful base for layering. An oldie but a goodie. Here's a favorite. This is a snowy day recipe. This uses the usual, which is a white-ish polish. Was a favorite from a fall collection a number of years ago. And if you put frosted gloss over top of it, you get this fun finish. Frosted gloss has a green shift, and you can see it a little bit in some of this. It has a pearly green shift over the top. So the usual is like a whitish cream, and then you put the frosted gloss over top, and it gives it this nice snowy, it's like when snow has like a layer of ice over it. It gave me that vibe. I thought that this was a beautiful combination, shiny and fresh. You could use, if you were going for a more pearly look, you could use fresh water over top of it, or you could use Atlas over top of it, or you could use Girl with the Pearl nail polish over top of it. Any of those 3 would give you something similar. But frosted gloss has a subtle green shift that I really like. And so if we're looking at the list of things I used today, I used quite a few quick dries. I used lots of glosses: pink pineapple gloss, papaya gloss, passion fruit gloss, starfruit shimmer gloss. If you do not have the Lipgloss Collection, oh my gosh, so many good friends are in there. I used 3 different gels. I used Atlas, I used CCT, and icing is the best part, but you don't have to. You don't have to. All 3 of these come in long lasting. So you could just swap them out for long lasting and get a similar result. Some other fun shines in here are Cosmic, Sandy Scallop, Midnight Disco, Strawberry Scone. There's just so many good polishes that you can use in different combinations to get the result that you want. And so that was 20 recipes. Oh my gosh, that went fast. You can find me on Instagram at Margy Manny. My ONJ link is in my bio if you wanted to use that to shop. I always appreciate it. Please tag me if you try one of these recipes. I love to see them on people. Nothing makes me happier after I do a workshop than seeing one of my recipes and somebody tagging me saying they tried it and they liked it. So if you try it and you like it, please let me know. I'm thrilled to see it. Warms my heart. So thanks for spending some time with me. I hope this was helpful. If you have questions, definitely ask them. You can ask me in a DM on Instagram. You can ask me right here in the comments. You can find me on the Olive You Club. Bye, friends.